Clock will be run out, and the Nuggets' 9-game win streak overall has ended.
When you lose a tough game, and you just got to stay together. I think that's the biggest challenge we have right now is no matter what happens, these last 14, let's try to get healthy, let's stay together, and if we can do that, we'll put ourselves in a good situation.
We start our show with breaking news. The Nuggets, they fired Michael Malone, the winningest coach in franchise history, our Shams Charania reports. They also fired general manager Calvin Booth, who took over the role 3 years ago.
Yeah, last 30 hours has been pretty crazy.
Aaron Gordon has been the offense so far. What little there is.
Later on the wet streets, the river's all wet. You're all chrome, dripping with alchemy. Shiver, stop shivering. The glitter's all wet. You're all the men cry out, the girls cry out, the men cry out, the girls cry out, the men cry out. Oh no. The men cry out, the girls cry out, the men cry out, the girls cry out, the men cry out. Oh no. Yeah. Dance, dance till you dance. Yeah. Dance, dance till you dance.
Let's try to get healthy, let's stay together, and if we can do that, we'll put ourselves in a good situation.
And over their shoulder, no looker.
How's it going, everyone? We are back. This is the last day of off-season. I'm CS Chandler, here for another take of Nuggets basketball. Like I said, we're in the last day of the off-season. Media day starts on Monday, and then they go into training camp, and then we get our first game in the preseason coming up soon here in San Diego against the Timberwolves. The time is clicking down. Dates are coming very close. We are, 27 days to the first game of the season. We are in the Murray days right now. The Blue Arrow season inbound. I will say it again. This is the year of Jamal. I don't care who disagrees with me. This is definitely the year of Jamal. Well, a lot of stuff has happened in the last couple of weeks since I've been taking a little break. I just wanted to kind of enjoy my birthday, and then plus also a lot of other stuff going on. And then my mom coming in for visiting, and so just had to kind of collect some stuff. But being the last day, I had to make a podcast today, so I hope you enjoy this. We're going to get into a couple of things because this past week, the top 100 NBA players from ESPN's perspective, the list came out, and I wanted to give my point of view on it and what I think. And then at the same time, too, we also got some awesome Joker 2s coming out. If you remember, Joker 1s came out around this time last season, and I still have not been able to get a pair because I need the money and haven't been able to afford them. But hopefully soon here I'll be able to get. I've heard some bad things, some mixed stuff about the Joker 1s. There's a couple of forms of them that I would actually really like. Some styles of them that have come out that I wouldn't mind. And then these new ones are pretty hot, though. I dig them a lot. The black with the accent tones of purple and I think it's like a kind of a peach color. So, but let's dive in right now to the NBA list because it's 100 players, so we got to go in, and it's going to take a little while. And I'm going to skim past it really quickly, and I'll give my major points on the ones that I think are big for me. So right at 100, we start off with RJ Barrett of the Toronto Raptors. That feels, more or less okay. I'm okay with that. Then we have Stephen Castle of the San Antonio Spurs, 99. 98, Walker Kessler from Utah Jazz. I don't really agree with that. I don't think he needs to be on the list. I think last year he was unranked. I think he should remain unranked because the Jazz haven't gotten anywhere. They are still the worst team or second worst team in the league. I mean, how much did he actually really do last season to elevate Utah? They're still bottom of the barrel right now. So I don't think he should have been on there at all, especially you have him on there, but then you're leaving off some key players on some other teams. So this one was surprising. 97, Peyton Pritchard, who was unranked last year, which is crazy because that's coming off of a chip year where he definitely was a major factor in the Celtics winning a chip. And then this last season, he was one of the significant parts to them maintaining a second seed. So I would actually have Peyton Pritchard higher. As much as I do not like the Celtics, I have to give credit where credit is due, and Peyton Pritchard definitely belongs higher on this list than at 97. I will also say I have met now several Boston Celtics fans in person, and it is so odd because how much hate I have for their team. And when I first meet them and they see that I'm a Nuggets fan, their first initial reaction is, I love the Nuggets. They're my second favorite team. And man, that just really crushes me. I'm like, okay, I have to be nice to you because you love my team and I hate your team, but I'm going to... I appreciate the Celtics fans. I didn't think I'd say that, but I appreciate some Celtics fans. I guess, you got some bad fans in every category or in every team, but it's now happened to me multiple times where I've had Celtics fans say that the Nuggets are their second favorite team, and I just love that respect. So I'm easing up a little bit on the Celtics. I am. You still don't have 18 championships, though, Celtics. I will die on that hill. You do not have 18 championships because nothing before 1980 counts. I hope you understand. It's nothing but respect for the rest of the league, not just it's not the Celtics league. But I digress. So moving forward, 96, we got Nickeil Alexander-Walker, and that's whatever. I mean, he is a phenomenal defenseman, or defensive player. We're not talking hockey, but in basketball, defensive player, he's an amazing one. So, 96, is that too low? Should he be higher? I don't know. He was unranked in the previous season. So, next one is PJ Washington at 95. Moving on, Devin Castle of 94, or Devin Vassell, 94 of the San Antonio Spurs. We got Jakob Poeltl of the Toronto Raptors at 93. He was actually fairly good. Despite the Raptors not doing well last season, he was actually fairly good. I think that one of the few centers that gave Jokic problems was Jakob Poeltl. Obviously you have Zubac being the best Jokic defender, and some say Alex Caruso, whatever, but we're talking centers. Center-wise, I think Jakob Poeltl was probably the second best or third best at defending against Jokic. I mean, they really, it came down to the wire both games, and Nuggets just eked out a win over that team last season. But Jakob Poeltl, 93, that's not bad, especially going unranked to the previous season before that. 92, we have Mitchell Robinson of the New York Knicks, 92, and he was 82 last season, dropped down, and I'm sure that's also because he missed a lot of games due to his injury, so that seems fair. Drew Holiday, 91. Now that's really interesting. Just the fact, again, coming off of winning a chip for the second time for him. He is one of the main reasons why they won. I would have had him higher as well. I think he's going to be significant for the Portland Trail Blazers this coming season, especially since Dame's not coming back right now. They're going to be relying on Drew Holiday for sure. And then 90 is Naz Reid at the Minnesota Timberwolves. And any Timberwolf player, I will praise them being as low as possible. 89, we got Andrew Wiggins of Miami Heat. Though for he was half of the season, he was with the Golden State Warriors. So he's 89, was 90. So he went up one rank from the previous season. 88, we have Zach Edey, which is crazy as a rookie getting onto the top 100. And you had so many other non-rookies finally making the top 100 this season. It's just, I don't know. That might be too high for him. I would probably have had him unranked. I mean, I'm still not impressed with him. I was impressed with him in his college years. I thought he would be great in this season, but to me, he still has much more to prove right now. I would have left him off. But right in front of him is our first Nuggets player. He hasn't actually played as a Nugget just yet, but he is our backup center, Jonas Valanciunas, number 87. I love to see Nugget on the list here, even if he hasn't played as a Nugget just yet, but he is a Nugget officially, so got to get props there. 87, I actually kind of think that might be a little too low. I would probably put him up maybe a little bit more towards actual 80, maybe 81, 82, but that's Jonas Valanciunas at 87. I hope he balls out this season, gives us some great non-Jokic minutes, so we don't even have to worry about those non-Jokic minutes. I think I've said that many times, but I'm going to keep on saying it until we've actually seen it, and we will see it very soon. But I imagine he'll probably be coming to Denver maybe this weekend, maybe on Sunday or something. I imagine around the same time that Jokic does, so that they can be there before media day. And then right in front of him is Bradley Beal, now of the LA Clippers, but previously of the Suns last season. In front of him is Jaden Ivey on the Detroit Pistons, number 85. Number 84, another Detroit Piston, Tobias Harris. And so in front of him is Jonathan Kuminga, so that's kind of what I'm saying right now. Like, I don't think Jonathan Kuminga deserves 83, and Valanciunas deserves, 87? Yeah, I that's what I'm, and like, I don't know. I don't, especially because he was injured. He was injured several games, and when he played, he was fine. But then him and the whole thing with him and Kerr going back and forth, and I don't know. I think he's probably a little overrated for number 83 for me. 82, Normal Powell, now of the Miami Heat, previously of the Clips. Definitely was annoying against the Nuggets last season, and especially a couple of games in the regular season. I know there was one that he scored over 30 against us, and so that's why now I call him Normal Powell, because he aggravated me, especially because he's also one of the major reasons of the big chippiness in the playoffs. So he's 82, and I will say he deserves that. He was unranked the previous season. He did do a great job this last season, so he deserves 82, maybe 83, and put Jonas in the 82 spot. And then in front of him is Andrew Nembhard, who was unranked the previous season, now is 81, and I actually think he deserves that because he did a phenomenal job in not only the Eastern Conference Finals, but also the Finals. And so, props to Nembhard there. In front of him, DeMar DeRozan, who, thank God, missed that buzzer beater against the Nuggets in Sacramento that one game last regular season, because otherwise we wouldn't have been able to sweep them. So 80 might be roughly around the spot that he should probably be. He was 45. He dropped. Maybe he's a little too low. Actually, on second thought, maybe he's a little too low. Maybe I would have put him at like 70. 80. Wow. Okay. 79 is Okongwu of the Atlanta Hawks. And in front of him is Kamara of the Portland Trailblazers. And 78. 77 is Brandon Ingram of the Toronto Raptors, previously the Pelicans. And he was 40 last season and now is 77. 76, Brandon Miller of the Charlotte Hornets. He was previously 68. Now he's 76. Jaden McDaniels is 77 last year. He went up 2 spots for 75. He's probably one of the few Timberwolves I would actually give him a spot, and I would say, yeah, he deserves that, because he is a phenomenal defensive player. I got to give props to there. That's one of the few Timberwolves players that I will literally give props to, because he kills us every single time and kills every team that they go against. He's phenomenal. So hats off there. In front of him, 74, Jabari Smith Jr., the Houston Rockets. In front of him, 73, Derek Lively of the Dallas Mavericks. Previously was 56 ranked. Now he's 73. So he dropped. I'm sure that's also because of some missed games last season. And Zach LaVine in front of him, 72 of the Sacramento Kings. Played half a season of Sacramento Kings, half the season as a Bull. So, but still he played 72 games last season. That was pretty awesome. In front of him was a former teammate of his from the Chicago Bulls, Kobe White, 71. My man, love Kobe White. He's one of the very last parts that are still great about the Bulls. I'm still a Bulls fan, even though I'm kind of more of a back burner Bulls fan right now while they're trying to get their shit together. But I still have a lot of respect for the Bulls, and will love to see them be back in the playoffs and back in the Eastern Conference Finals and even the finals one year. But Knicks first. And then in front of him is former Nugget power forward or small forward Michael Porter Jr., who is at 70. He was 89 last season. Now it's 70, which is crazy because unless you count the 3-game stretch of him getting over 30 points. So if you count that, then yeah, that was a major indication for him to get up in the ranking. But he had a horrible offseason on the podcast. Like, stay off the podcasts, Michael Porter. 69, Josh Hart, which is just kind of perfect. Like, if you got to put one of the NBA players at 69, Josh Hart, perfect. I love it. That's awesome. He was 61 last season, but now is 69. That's really funny. Tyler Hero is 68 of the Miami Heat. And then we got our second Nugget player at 67, our new Nuggets forward, Cam Johnson. Awesome. Cam John, done their Nuggets. So excited to see him play and get some of the threes off the assists from Jokic. So that's going to be fun. He is number 67. I honestly haven't seen a lot of the Nets games to see how he's recently been doing, but awesome to have a Nuggets, new Nuggets on there. So far we had 2 Nuggets, and they both haven't even played a single game as with the Nuggets jersey on. So that's really interesting. But we got 6 in front of him, 66, Denny Avdija. I forget how to say his name, but of the Portland Trail Blazers, 66 there. Aaron Nesmith is 65, and he definitely deserves to be on this because he also did a phenomenal job in both the Eastern Conference Finals and the Finals. Props to him. And then one of the worst players I cannot stand on the list of hate, 64, Lou Dort. Can't stand him. Was 85 before, now is 64. Get him back to 85. Dirty player. Cannot stand him. Go back to, stay on your Dust Bunnies team. And then in front of him, 63, LaMelo Ball of the Charlotte Hornets. Was previously 50 and now dropped to 63. And then in front of him, we get our first actual Nuggets player who has played a couple of seasons under the Nuggets. We drafted him, Christian Braun, 62. Love it. He was unranked before, so that's a huge jump to go unranked and then all of a sudden 62. Love it, and I can't wait to see him improve even more this season. Some people say he's not going to improve. I still think he's going to improve. He was in the gym all off season, playing, trying to get better. He's got that beard going with the shaved hair. We're going to see a mean Christian Braun this season. Let me know in the comments what you think, but I think we're going to see a mean Christian Braun. He's going to be some bully balling and some attacking the rim. I am really interested to see who he's going to dunk on next. Obviously, you got to get in your annual Gobert dunk, and hopefully he does that a couple times. But then the next one, I would like to see him dunk on Embiid. I would love that. Embiid, he's already done Lopez, so maybe Zubac, dunk on Zubac, that would be great. Who else? Dunk on Zach Edey, why not? Klingon, awesome. And then in front of him, 61, Zion Williamson, who he was 27 last season, dropped down to 61. I mean, I would put Christian Braun in front of him. I mean, come on. He was hurt so many games of the season. But I'm sure that's also why he dropped down. In front of him, Austin Reeves was previously 72. He jumped up to 60 of the LA Lakers. Probably deserves that. I mean, he does do a decent job on that team when Luka doesn't play. Him and Connect killed us. Even though we won that last game, they definitely made it very difficult. But that was also because the Nuggets kind of were defeating themselves a little bit there too. In front of him, 59, Jalen Suggs of the Orlando Magic. In front of him, 58, Trey Murphy III of the New Orleans Pelicans. In front of him, 57, Miles Turner, previously center of the Pacers, now of the Milwaukee Bucks. And he definitely deserves that because he did a great job last season for the Pacers. But in front of him is former Nugget, former Knick, 56, Isaiah Hartenstein of the Oklahoma Dust Bunnies. And he was 88 last season, jumped up to 56 because of his, I guess, good performance in the playoffs. But we're moving on here because I don't want to spend more time on that. 55, Dyson Daniels of the Atlanta Hawks, who did a phenomenal job as a defensive player. Highest in steals, got the Defensive Player of the Year award. I mean, great. He deserves that. Unranked last season, jumped up to 55. That kind of does it when you get the Defensive Player of the Year award. So, awesome there. 54 is Paul George of the 76ers. Was 21 last season, now is 54. Alex Caruso is 53 of the Dust Bunnies, and I'm not going to give him any time because he's dead to me. 52, someone who didn't even play a single NBA game yet. He recently just got drafted. 52, Cooper Flagg. I gotta tell you, I'm a little upset about that. He hasn't played a single game, and he's already 52. He's jumped up over Valanciunas, Cam Johnson, and Christian Braun. Get him off the list. He does not deserve to be on the list. I don't care how well he's done in college. He hasn't played a single game in the NBA. Why do you have him as 52 of all? Like, that's crazy. And in front of him, 51, is Draymond Green. So then we jump to 50 to 11 portion. And at 50, we got Kristaps Porzingis, the unicorn. Can't stand him. Now in the Atlanta Hawks, he was 46, now he's 50. In front of him, another one I cannot stand, Rudy Gobert. The only thing I love about Rudy Gobert is when Christian Brown dunks on him. Other than that, or when Draymond Green has him in a chokehold. That's the only times I enjoy Rudy Gobert. Cannot stand him, so we're going to move on. 48, Mikal Bridges of New York Knicks was 38, now is 48. I kind of think he deserves to be back at 38. Honestly, he was the reason why the Knicks beat the Celtics. He was phenomenal. He was the one that stood up to Tibbs, like the only player that stood up to Tibbs saying, hey, y'all, the starters got to get some more breaks. So props to him. I think he deserves better than 48. But in front of him is the Denver Ducker, Joel Embiid, 47. And he was 8 last season, fell to 47 primarily because of not playing hardly anything this last season. So he gets that. I think you should drop him down to 100. Honestly, I think JJ Barrett did a better job than Joel Embiid, but that's also because I can't stand Joel Embiid. He is a big baby, and I do not agree that he is as good as people say. I think he's still robbed Jokic of the MVP in 2023, and so that's how I feel about him. In front of him is our next Nugget player, the Blue Arrow himself, 46, Jamal Murray. Was 31 last season, fell to 46. And I think that is a major snub or, disrespect to the Blue Arrow. And I hope he sees this. I think the players care, or the fans care more about this than the players do. But if the players care about their ranking at all, I hope that Jamal sees this and it fires him up more to play better. Watching the DNVR podcast, Adam on there has heard that Jamal is really wanting to start better this season. We'll see, but he's ready. He's chomping at the bit to play. And I'm just excited about that. I hope that he has the best season of his career this season. And if he does, man, I don't see how the Denver Nuggets don't win another chip. In front of him is Jarrett Allen of the Cleveland Cavaliers, 45. I don't know. I mean, he did have a good season. Was in the 1 seed in the East and the 1 seed overall, I believe, wasn't it? I think they were the 1 seed overall, or was it the Thunder? I forget. But so Jarrett Allen, 45, 44. Jalen Johnson of the Atlanta Hawks. Don't know if that really checks out. But in front of him is Lauri Markkanen of the Utah Jazz, 43. Now, I think if you gave this to him based off of how he played in Eurobasket, then he definitely deserves it. But once again, there's no amount of players on the Utah Jazz right now who you could tell me deserves to be on a 100 list right now. Their team is at the bottom of the barrel. That's the same thing of putting anyone from the Wizards on a 100 list. Like, get them off the list. When your team is at the bottom, you do not deserve to be on any list unless it's the most disappointing players or teams. Like, that's the only list you get to be on, from my point of view. 42 in front of him is Julius Randle, who did have a phenomenal season as a Timberwolf. There was a little bit of a issue in the beginning of last season, and then they started cooking, and he did a great job. Made me hate him, which I hated because I love him as a Knick, but he's a Wolf now, and, that is what it is. In front of him, though, we do have a New York Knick, OG Anunoby, 41. Previously 51, now jumped up to 41. Definitely deserves that. awesome player. But in front of him, we have Mr. Nugget himself at number 40, Aaron Gordon, who jumped up 9 spots, was previously 49 of last season. Now he's jumped up to 40, and that's even with missing more games than he had the previous season from that. So that is awesome. I think he carried the Nuggets in the playoffs, and for that, he deserves 40. I mean, if it hadn't have been for the injury, I think he would have been an all-star. I think it would have been his best season last season. But I'm hoping that now this next season is going to be his best season. So love Aaron Gordon being up there and in front of all those other Nuggets players that we already saw, right? Even the former Nuggets player, MPJ, Aaron Gordon beat MPJ on this. Like, that's awesome. And I hope, once again, Jamal seeing that Aaron Gordon is in front of him now gives him a little bit of fire, because that's awesome. It definitely shows that Aaron Gordon was the second best Nugget last season. So moving on from there, we got 39, Desmond Bane of the Orlando Magic, previously of the Grizzlies, was at 60, jumped up to 39. He did do a great job last season, so I will say that. But in front of him, 38, Darius Garland of the Cavaliers, was previously 57, now is 38. Once again, I think it's because of the seed position, even though the team went out relatively easy in the playoffs. And then in front of him, 37, Amen Thompson of Houston Rockets. Now, he was unranked the previous season, and once again, this is what I'm saying. You had him unranked, and then now he's on here. Like, there's a little bit of, like, what's going on with this list, because I don't think that he deserves 37. I will 100% say I do not think Amen Thompson deserves 37 over Jamal Murray. Get out of here. No. In front of Mr. Nugget, Aaron Gordon, no. Get him out. Get him down the list. He does not deserve to be there. Maybe at, 70 or 80, maybe, he should be in Jonas Valanciunas' spot, and Jonas should be up higher. But in front of Amen Thompson is Ivan Zubac. And he's at 36 of the LA Clippers, was unranked previous season. I mean, that's a huge jump to go unranked and then go to 36. That's crazy. So he did have a good job. Again, he was the best Jokic defender, in my opinion. I think he was better than Alex Caruso was. And then in front of him, 35, De'Aaron Fox of the Spurs was 36, dropped down to 35. In front of him, his previous teammate, Domantas Sabonis at 34. The Kings was 29, dropped to 34. Then we got Ja Morant at 33 of the Memphis Grizzlies, previously ranked 20. Now he dropped down to 33. Still hasn't been an all-star since the 2022-23 season. And it's also because of how much time he also missed, whether it's from suspensions or, injuries. He's just not available as much as you would like him to be. But when he's playing, he's phenomenal. I really enjoyed hating him when I saw the last game of the season, last home game of the season for the Nuggets. 32 in front of him is Franz Wagner of the Orlando Magic. 32, was 52, jumped up to 32 now. He deserves that for sure. He deserves the jump up. I don't know about 32, because once again, you're also including this list with Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray at least deserves 32. Come on. Aaron Gordon, come on. There's some players in here that are a little too high, in my opinion. In front of him, Jaren Jackson Jr. of the Memphis Grizzlies, 31. I mean, yeah, I guess, but his team didn't even go past the first round. So I don't know. I think everyone who gets past the first round should be on the higher end of this list. Anyone who didn't make the first round or even the playoffs should be on the lower end of the list, or maybe even off the list. And if you'd never played an NBA game, you should not be on the NBA top 100 list. That just doesn't make sense, Cooper Flag. 30 is Scotty Barnes. Now, you can't tell me that Scotty Barnes was better than Jamal Murray. I don't agree at all. Jamal Murray was better than Scotty Barnes. Get Scotty Barnes, replace them, flip them. Like, Jamal Murray's 30, Scotty Barnes is 46. Like, that seems better to me than this. I don't agree with that at all. In front of him, Trae Young of the Atlanta Hawks was previously 37, jumped up to 29. And yeah, I guess, but he still hasn't gotten his team to a playoff. And he's still in the play-in. So I don't know. You know, I got to see more. I got to see more winning from Trae Young to deserve a top 30 position. He is great with assists. He is good occasionally with the long ball, but I mean, I don't think he really deserves maybe the top 30 right now. And definitely, I mean, in front of him, Tyrese Maxey of the 76ers is 28. Now, again, this is another case of the team didn't do well. So I think Tyrese should be lower on the end. I understand that he is the main reason why the 76ers won any games. He is a phenomenal player, a phenomenal guard, but his team didn't go anywhere. He missed some games himself. And so I would put him down. He was 19 last season, fell to 28. And then in front of him, 27, Karl Anthony Towns, Cat, the New York Knicks, previously 30, jumped up a couple of spots to 27. And then in front of him, Derek White of the Boston Celtics, previously was 39, now is 26. And I will say, once again, I will give credit where credit is due. Derek White deserves that. I'm not saying that because he is Coloradan. I'm not saying that because he is a former CU Buff. Although I do love those two aspects of him, and I wish that he was back in Colorado. But seeing his game and how much he impacts the game in favor of the Celtics, I gotta give props there, and he definitely deserves 26. And in front of him, the heated Alperen Şengün, which I know we already had this conversation, or I've already said this many times, so I'm not going to tell you how I feel, because you already know how I feel about this player. But he is 25 on this top 100, was previously 54, jumped up. I mean, sure, if you count the Eurobasket, he deserves that. Whatever. Moving forward is someone I cannot stand even more, and does not deserve 24 at all. Can't stand him. Chet Holmgren of the Oklahoma City Dust Bunnies. Get him off the list. Can't stand him. In front of him is someone I also cannot stand. 23, James Floppin' Harden of the LA Clippers. Was previously 41, jumped up to 23. Probably because he went to the line so many times. Can't stand him, but, I guess good for you, Harden. In front of him, Pascal Siakam was previously 42, jumped up 20 spots to 22, the Indiana Pacers. He deserves a little bit higher, I think, because he definitely helped out the Pacers get as far as they did, especially with Haliburton getting injured in the finals. I mean, there were, even before that Game 7, Haliburton was, feeling it and hurting, and Siakam picked up the slack where Haliburton couldn't. So I would give him maybe top 20. In front of him, Bam Adebayo of the Miami Heat was previously 18, dropped to 21. In front of him is Kawhi Leonard of the LA Clippers, was previously 22, jumped up 2 spots at 20, probably because he played a little bit more games this season than the previous season. But I don't know how I feel about that, especially with the current news regarding Kawhi Leonard. But in front of him is Jaylen Brown of the Boston Celtics, previously 14, dropped to 19. And every time I see Jaylen Brown, I just constantly think about him intentionally knocking over a drink in Ball Arena to give more time to the Celtics to get a breath. And some people say that it's smart. I think that it was a dirty thing to do and shouldn't have been able to do that, but whatever. Moving forward, number 18, Jimmy Butler Golden State Warriors, previously 28, jumped up to 18. I actually kind of agree with him jumping up a couple of spots. I don't know about 18, but Jimmy Butler there, 17. Paolo Banchero, Orlando Magic, was previously 24, jumped up a couple of spots. And that's kind of interesting because he missed a good chunk of the beginning of last season and still made it in the top 20. In front of him, number 16, Devin Booker, previously 15, dropped one spot. And I probably would have dropped him a couple more spots because once again, the Suns did not make the playoffs. So drop him down. Donovan Mitchell made 15 of the Cleveland Cavaliers. Was previously 17, now is 15. I feel like that's about right. I know there's a lot of Cavalier fans who believe that he deserves 10, but I think he did well enough to be at 15. And in front of him is Anthony Davis. Now, if you ask me, I would actually flip that then. Mitchell definitely deserves 14, and Anthony Davis should be dropped down further because also Anthony Davis got hurt a lot last season. He's always hurt. But whatever. 13 is Evan Mobley of the Cavaliers. Like, it's interesting how some players are outranking their teammates. I don't know if Mobley was better than Mitchell. I would probably put Mitchell ahead of Mobley, but okay. 12 is Cade Cunningham of the Pistons. I mean, he did have a good season. He had a great season. So, you know, I don't know about 12, but he was 67 the previous year and now has jumped up more than 50 spots to 12. I probably would have had him more at like 20, but, you know, or like 25 or something like that. In front of him, another guy I cannot stand, J-Dub at 11 from the Dust Bunnies. So I'm not going to give more time to them. Moving on to the top 100 or the top 10 of the 100 list. Now, number 10, I agree with this so much. I love it. Jalen Brunson at number 10. Brunson Burner, let's go. Was previously 12, now is 10. I love this. I'm so glad that he's on the top 10. I can't wait to see him jump up to the top 5. He deserves it. He's carrying the Knicks, the captain of that team. Phenomenal. I like watching him. I know a lot of people have compared him to SGA, but I think that he is different. He does foul bait at times, but he does not do it as bad as SGA or Embiid or Harden, you know, or Luka. I think that Jalen Brunson is a phenomenal player. In front of him, the troll from now on the Houston Rockets, number 9, Kevin Durant. Was 9 last season, now has retained the 9 spot. Whatever. He's a troll. Moving on. LeBron James at number 8 of the LA Lakers. Was 7, dropped 1 spot. Good. Number 7 was 6, also dropped 1 spot. Steph Curry. And I would probably have had him at number 5 because he has a phenomenal impact on the Golden State Warriors. If he was healthy against the Timberwolves, I don't see the Timberwolves getting to the Western Conference Finals. I think the Warriors would have gotten there. He is like short of Jokic. When the time comes that Curry retires, that's gonna change NBA overall, like 100% change. It's gonna feel weird. I do not want to see. I know it's gonna happen, and I'll still be watching games after that. But it's going like I don't want to imagine NBA without Steph Curry. He is phenomenal. He is the best part of the Golden State Warriors, and one reason why I will still root for them from time to time when they're not playing the Nuggets. Love Steph Curry, deserves better than 7. In front of him, Anthony Edwards, Ant-Man. Cannot stand him. I will forever hate him, especially how cocky he is in Denver. Can't stand him. Was 10, now is 6. Get him to 15. I don't like him, but moving forward. And this one is odd. Number 5, Victor Wembanyama of the San Antonio Spurs was 11, jumped up to 5, which is crazy because he had injuries at the end there and his team didn't make the playoffs. And yet he's number 5. I mean, even if hopefully maybe looking ahead into this next season, he earns number 5, but so far, I don't think he even earned 11 yet. It's another kind of Cooper Flag situation of like, come on, drop him down more. Number 4 is Giannis Antetokounmpo of the Milwaukee Bucks. Previously 3, dropped 1 spot, and I think he should actually still be in the top 3. Because there's one player that I know people will disagree with me, doesn't deserve to be in the top 3. So, moving forward, we got number 3, Luka Doncic. He was previously 2, dropped to 3. Now, my heart tells me that he deserves to be number 3, but my brain tells me no, because he was injured last season as well. And there was several games where he did not play very well, though I know he lost a ton of weight and people are excited for him to, be revenge Luka this season. So maybe that's why he's staying in the top 3, but I would probably have gotten him to 4. Unfortunately, keeping this one in the top 3, which my heart wants him out of the top 3, but I know he deserves, I guess, in some way to be in the top 3 for at least claiming the MVP award and getting his team to the finals and winning it. So SGA is number 2 of the Dust Bunnies. And so obviously there's one player we have not talked about at all, and that's number 1. He was number 1 last season, and he is our king of the Denver Nuggets, Nikola Jokic, number 1. So my thing here is this. There are a lot of Thunder fans who are crying about this. And I understand he's not your guy. Your guy won the MVP award, and you're wondering why Nikola Jokic is still 1. And it's because people who play basketball, who know basketball, understand that when you average a triple-double and are in the top 3 in 5 major categories, it says something. And again, SGA only won the MVP award out of voter fatigue. I've seen so many SGA fans saying that SGA had the best season of all time, or the best season of all the NBA players last year. And that just completely negates anything that Nikola Jokic did. Like, you did not see the Nuggets play then if you say that, because he, again, averaged a triple-double. Do you know how difficult it is to get a triple-double? You know how many triple-doubles SGA has? 2. In his entire career, he only has 2. And then you have Jokic, 3rd most triple-doubles of all time. And then you have the fact that he was in the top 3 in 5 categories. Top 3 in steals, top 3 in rebounds, top 3 in assists. What was the other one? In points. And then I think, what was the other one? In percentage, was it? I mean, come on. Like, everyone's like, oh, well, SGA made the most amount of points. Okay. But there's so much more involved into it. And once again, the thing I cannot stand in the Dust Bunny fans' arguments for SGA being MVP and being the best player in the world and everything is, they always say like he is the reason why the Thunder are the best in the league. And that's just not true. Because once again, the team themselves won many games without SGA. It was just a really good team. SGA, yes, he is the best player of that team, but he's not the reason why they went so far. It's not the reason why they were the 1 seed. You only get to the 1 seed when the team itself is good. And so Nikola Jokic is literally the reason why the Nuggets got the 4th seed. And I will die on that hill, So definitely I know I'm biased in favor of Jokic, but it's only because he is just so phenomenal. To see him average a triple-double, plus being the top 3 and 5 categories. I know he did some foul baiting in the postseason, and that annoyed the heck out of me. So I am not letting him pass. I know he did a lot of foul baiting, and I hated it, and I hope he doesn't do it this season. I hope he sticks more to who he is before that. Let them, claw you up. Like, there's no bigger indication of Jokic getting fouled than all the scars all over his body. He doesn't fall to the ground at a feather's touch on the hand like SGA does. So, that is what it is. And Jokic is number 1, our main man. Love it. Awesome. Let's go, Jokic. So happy to see that. And, this might be the last time, honestly, that we see him at number 1, unless he manages to have a phenomenal year, despite the fact that the team is stronger. The Nuggets are stronger this season. Who knows how many minutes he'll actually get and how his stats will be this season. Again, if he's not getting high points at all, and he's maybe getting low triple doubles, then that's actually the system working for the Nuggets, because Valanciunas is doing better. You got Deron Holmes in there doing hopefully better. You got and then Aaron Gordon can be a good backup center. And so I think a lot of that, plus the rest of the other pieces to the team, the core and everything. Jamal Murray going off, Christian Brown's improvement, Cam Johnson, Tim Hardaway Jr., Brucey B's back, Peyton Watson, hopefully his improvement. He's actually the one player that I want to see the most improvement from is Peyton Watson. I want to see Peyton Watson be a top defender this season. I want him to lead the league in blocks. I want to see him lead the league in just defending in general and go for that Defensive Player of the Year award. And then I want to see him complete dunks on the transition. I want to see him do that. So, but that's we got a lot in. This was a long episode, and that's just because it was 100, top 100, and this was my thoughts on it. And I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know what you think in the comments. Once again, thank you for any birthday wishes from last time. And, I'm going to keep the PayPal link up just in case, because it will help me be able to watch the games and cover them for you guys moving into the season, especially with how crazy all this watching games is. It definitely racks up a bill to be able to watch all of them. And so if you are unable to watch them but would like to give me a couple of bucks so that I can watch them for you, I would appreciate it, but I'm not gonna beg. So, but there's that option, and I really appreciate all of you supporting me. And that's pretty much all I got for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a like and subscribe, share it out to your friends and family. And man, last one of the off season, we are back, baby. We are gonna be back in training camp and then into the preseason. We'll catch you later.
Take 2.
Russ not just a dog, Russ is a wolf.
And try to bring the best version of ourselves each and every night.
Hey guys, Jeremy Young here at Cine Gear to show you the new Ninja phone.
Down